Look around you for a moment. There are trees growing.
Birds flying, people walking, animals moving. Life is everywhere.
But this leads to a very big question that humans have asked for thousands of years. Why are we alive? Why does life exist at all?
To understand that, we need to travel very far back in time. Much farther than dinosaurs.
Much further than the first humans. Back to the very beginning of our planet.
About 4.5 billion years ago. Earth was a very different place. There were no trees, no animals, no oceans full of fish. In fact, the planet looked more like a giant ball of hot rock. Volcanoes erupted everywhere. Huge asteroids crashed into the surface.
The air was full of strange gases.
It didn't look like a place where life could exist, but slowly, over millions of years, Earth began to cool.
Water collected on the surface and formed oceans.
And inside those oceans, something incredible happened.
Tiny chemical molecules began to combine in special ways.
Eventually, some of those molecules formed the very first simple living cells.
These were the first forms of life on Earth. They were extremely small, much too small to see with your eyes.
But they had something amazing. They could copy themselves.
One cell became two, two became four, four became eight, and life began to spread across the planet. Over hundreds of millions of years, life slowly became more complex. Some cells learned to work together. Groups of cells formed simple organisms.
Then more complicated creatures appeared. Fish, plants, insects. Then eventually dinosaurs.
For millions of years, dinosaurs ruled the Earth. Until a giant asteroid hit the planet and changed everything.
Many species disappeared, but life continued.
Small mammals survived.
And millions of years later, one of those mammals evolved into something very special. Humans. Humans are animals, just like many others on Earth. But we have something unusual. A brain that allows us to ask questions. Questions like, where did we come from? Why are we here? What is the universe?
And what is the meaning of life?
Science tells us that life exists because the conditions on Earth allowed it to begin and evolve.
But the deeper question why life exists at all is still one of the greatest mysteries in the universe.
Some scientists think life might exist on other planets too. The universe contains billions of galaxies.
Each galaxy contains billions of stars.
And many of those stars may have planets. Some of those planets might have oceans, atmospheres,
And maybe even life.
But right now, Earth is the only place we know for sure where life exists, which makes our planet incredibly special. Every tree, every animal, every person is part of a huge story that began billions of years ago.
A story that started with tiny cells in the ocean.
And eventually led to us, creatures that can think, imagine, explore, and ask questions about the universe itself. So why are we alive?
One way to think about it is this. Life is the universe becoming aware of itself.
The atoms in your body were once inside ancient stars. When those stars exploded, they sent those atoms across space. Eventually, those atoms formed planets. And on one small planet, those atoms formed life, which eventually formed you. You are made of stardust. And somehow, that stardust learned how to think, how to wonder, how to explore the universe that created it.
Which might be the most incredible thing of all.
So the next time you look at the night sky, remember this.
You are part of a story that began billions of ago.
A story that is still unfolding.
And the curiosity inside your mind?
It's part of what keeps that story going.